In the world of Orn, a world brimming with magic and mystery, a unique balance exists between the natural forces and the city walls that protect the lives of the people within. Each city stands as beacons of civilization, each encased within their intricate and formidable magical barriers. These shimmering domes glisten under the sun's warm embrace. Orn's mystical ecosystem is governed by the ebb and flow of its seasons. However, every year, during the celestial event known as the Veiled Eclipse, a transformative phenomenon unfolds. As this event takes place, a dark mist descends over the land, obscuring the once familiar landscapes. This mist holds the power to alter the very terrain and nature of the world itself. Rivers can change course, mountains can shift for miles, forests can evolve into new and magical forms. The result is a constantly changing and unpredictable world. In the wake of each veiled eclipse, when the mist dissipates and the land re-emerges in a breathtaking yet alien beauty, the entire landscapes are reshaped, infused with vibrant hues and fantastical flora. Amidst this shifting tapestry, the city's protective barriers remain untouched, their inhabitants safeguarded from the tumultuous changes beyond. To navigate this transformed terrain and maintain these crucial connections between these cities, specialized caravans are dispatched. These caravans consist of skilled mercenaries or adventurers, all hailing from various backgrounds with their own unique talents. Guided by maps enchanted to adapt to this post-eclipse world, these caravans embark on their perilous journeys to bridge the gaps that the veiled eclipse creates. The caravans themselves become a symbol of unity, of resilience, of resourcefulness. These groups of courageous individuals brave the unknown, their loyalty and camaraderie unyielding in the face of ever-changing challenges. Along their path, they might encounter new and wondrous creatures, harness magical phenomena, forge connections with their newly transformed landscape. Pause on that music for just a moment. As our camera pans down, through the clouds, through the mist, the veiled eclipse has just happened. Cities wait, staring out into the unknown for said mist to clear, unsure of what they're going to wake up to. Yesterday, these cities could have been at the center of an enormous forest with trees that rose hundreds of feet into the air. But today, they could be in the middle of the ocean. They could be at the near peak of a mountain. They could be in the Arctic. Anything is possible. We pan down further and further, past these skyscrapers almost, where dozens to hundreds of scribes are busy at work, preparing themselves to forge new alliances, to forge maps, to get ready to uncover the secrets of this new world. And I'm gonna jump to one figure currently standing at the base of said tower. You, you know that your friend lives probably and works in this tower amidst the dozens of other scribes and archivists.
Yes.
And I believe that the two of you have a plan. If you'd like to take it from there.
Absolutely. So at the base of this tower, am I with my bestie right now? Or Not yet.
Not yet. I don't think she's shown up yet.
Great. Great. Um, it okay, is she in the tower?
Most archivists are never allowed to leave the tower.
Great. I'd like to think that like I have a vague recollection of where like if there's like one specific section, are there windows? Are there windows in this tower?
Typically not unless you are a very important individual. And have your
Oh,
own like
okay.
private office with a private balcony.
All, all right. So Yoon believes that Ada is a very important individual. So he is going to grab some rocks and start throwing them at the window to try to call out, Ada! Ada! Ugh! And you just see like Yoon. Yoon is a fairly lithe, standing about 5'3". He's a circus performer, so he's quite skinny, but he is very good at throwing things. I mean, he is a professional knife thrower, so you're either good or you don't do it anymore. So he is, as he stands, he's got a couple earrings, two in one ear, one in the other, but he's throwing and just yelling, just excited because usually he's usually traveling with the circus, the carnival, and so the time off that he gets to relax a bit, he loves to spend with his best friend, because otherwise he's out and about and he doesn't get to chill with her. So he's just pumped and hoping that the rock will find its way.
The window does open. And of course this window was like attached to just this small-ish balcony with, a chair and some hanging plants. A decrepit old figure sticks his head out. An individual probably reaching close to 200 years old. An archivist that's been here since anyone else can remember. Individual named Isolde Shadowthorn.
Hello,
It's
Isolde.
you again.
Yeah, every year, right?
What do you want?
Can can Ada come out and play?
Ada, it's a very important job to do here. Unlike some people.
I know, I don't even work here, so it makes sense. But we're supposed to adventure, so if you wouldn't mind passing it along, like going upstairs or something. She's probably earned that by now.
I feel, Ada, unless you are somewhere specific, that you'd be at least close enough down the hall to hear this shouted conversation.
Oh yeah, no. She was pacing around the tower. I was waiting to see if you had a response to that, but yeah, I will absolutely introduce her here. I think from behind, you are almost tackled, but not quite, in a hug, by a shorter woman, with fair skin, very heavy freckles, red hair, long and wavy. The bottom third of it is gold and glistening, almost as if it's been painted with like gold leaf. A colorful patchwork half skirt over her leggings that you've seen before. She gathers a lot of swatches of materials everywhere you travel and sews them into the skirt. And a big backpack with different navigational tools sticking out, brass tubes and angles and everything sticking all out of it. Almost tackles you from behind. Yoon, I knew you were going to save me from judgery.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I'll call out up to Isolde. You're really quick.
I think you're starting to grow on her.
The head just slinks back in, the window slams shut.
Oh my gosh, are you so excited?
I'm so glad not to be still behind that oddly sticky desk. I don't know why they always give me that one, but I'm very happy to get out of here. Need to keep, I don't know. It's always sticky. Everything I sit on it and try and do, the ink runs off on it. It's the worst. I don't think they like me.
Why not?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Look, I think if they saw you in action, they
Hmm.
they they'd change their mind. Shoot.
I don't
You
know.
know,
Some of them
next
say I'm too energetic. I think it's always so dreary and quiet and dark in there, and I don't know.
next time, when we come back, I'll go upstairs with you. You point them out to me. I'll
Yes.
I'll show them a little something, something.
Yes.
There's
Okay. Are we ready?
a figure that's kind of like pushing through the rest of the crowd. A figure that you'd probably both recognize as being what would be your immediate supervisor, an individual named
We should go.
Ada. Ada,
Yes. Hi.
wait, where you going?
Just doing my job. Do you need something? No? Cool. Awesome. See you in a couple months.
Wait, no, hold on, hold on. You're not just you're really just running off without
Yes.
telling me?
What? I do this every year. The Veil Eclipse just happened, and now it's time for me to go.
Can you at least go well prepared this time?
I have you.
Yeah.
Look, there's a caravan. They were waiting for me, but I'm not really feeling going out this year. Just that promotion, it's waiting for me. I can feel it. I think I'm gonna stick around. If you want to take my place, there's a caravan waiting for you. There's a couple striders. You're gonna have some companions to go with you this time.
I think there's a couple flashback memories in Ada's head of last year of the two of them like climbing up a tree to get away from some large lizard that's breathing fire at them and looks over at you. That might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah. We'll get to ride one, maybe.
Be a nice change.
Right?
Having friends, maybe things won't try to eat us as much. That'll make things
Exactly.
quicker.
That's the goal.
Yeah. And I'll turn to what was this supervisor's name again?
Luna.
Luna. Okay. Luna. Thank you so much. I do want to file a complaint though. Ada's been telling me about sticky desks, so I'm just want to say, like, whoever is messing with her, can you reprimand? Because I will,
You
but
know
I
how
mean,
many
I think
people use each and every desk in that building every single day?
I don't. I've never, I've never got up there.
Let's see what I can do.
Thank you. You're a doll.
Go. Try not to get yourselves killed.
We never do.
That's the one thing we're bad at is getting killed.
Yeah.
Where's that caravan?
I mean, you know that the caravans all gather near the main gates. But
I'm
she'll head
grabbing
back
Yoon's
in.
arm and running off in that direction.
I think from there, as our two adventurous individuals make their way towards the gate, we have a pair of folk that are already there. Seem to be in a little bit of a hurry to get out of the city for whatever reason, who knows. But Eliara and Azura, is that how you pronounce that?
Azra.
Azura. The two of you find that there are probably 24 different wagons, all being, connected to striders, these omnivorous, bipedal dinosaur-looking creatures. Most of them just kind of stare at you, and you know that it's very unlikely that you're going to slip into any of these without being questioned. And then you see one with no occupants. It's currently connected to its striders. It is packed up with provisions and gear, and everything looks ready to go, but there is just no one here. What would the two of you like to do?
I gather my skirt and I begin rushing towards the empty one.
Can we get a brief description of what Eliara looks like?
Absolutely. She is pale, a little pasty, almost a little gaunt, scrawny, thin figure. She has red hair, red eyes, and a red tinge to all of her nails. So there's a red tinge to her lips and almost like a crimson blush on her face. She has very like faint markings on like various parts of her skin. It almost looks like her veins are seeping through, but they're like a reddish color. And she wears just a very plain, shapeless linen dress, and basically all of her belongings on her person.
Absolutely. And following, I assume, immediately behind, you want to give us another brief description?
Yes, so Azra is of average build. She's also pale, and she's got dark hair with very light blue eyes. She's very standoffish. She didn't have many friends growing up, and she doesn't trust very easily. So she's to herself, but always looking around at what other people are doing. She wears a cloak, and it's very loose fitting, and she carries a staff and a backpack with her. And she runs right after Eliara.
The two of you get closer and closer to this wagon. There are still certainly people staring at you, odd, but no one's really questioning your right to be here. Especially when you reach the wagon, the striders both kind of look back in your direction, shake the bridle and the reins a little bit. But if you were gonna escape, now would be the time.
I very awkwardly and probably clumsily scramble onto the I guess is it kind of like a big wagon or yeah, I scramble on and then I take my seat as though I belong there, my chin held high, disregarding any looks that I'm getting.
As you're loading up, you hear a voice just kind of shouting out above the rest. Oh, yeah, that's that one over there. Yeah, no, those two folk there, I think those are the ones. Yeah, yeah, those are the ones that get hired to take you. Two of you don't need any other assistance. You four of you can handle this. Usually we send out teams of at least 7 or 8.
I mean, this is already twice as many as we normally have, so.
That's concerning. That's, well, good luck. And the two of you see that the wagon's already been hitched up, the gear's already been loaded. There's already someone in the driver's seat.
Looks like we have a top-notch team.
Yeah, y'all are on time. Goodness.
Azra gives a little side eye to Eliara.
Hello, welcome. Please find your seat.
Hello, I'm you.
Hello. Oh,
Fond
I'm
of you.
Eliara. Hi.
It's nice to meet you. I'll hold out
Nice
a
to
hand to
meet you as
shake.
well. And she like very friendly shakes your hand.
Great, great. And you? I'm you. Nice to meet you.
So Azra is just going to look at the hand and then look at Yoon and say, "Nice to meet you," and is not going to take the hand.
Nice to meet you too. Oh, go ahead.
And I'm Ada, she says, hoisting her big backpack up into the cart.
Welcome, Ada. It is a pleasure to meet your company.
Yes, it's a pleasure. We should go.
Yes,
I'd like to get out of the
absolutely.
seat as quickly as
Yes,
possible.
yes. Go. Who's in the driver's seat?
I think it's you.
I'm gonna start driving.
Okay.
You kind of swerve around the people that were already positioned in front of you. You get definitely a few choice words shouted in your direction, but otherwise the gates open for you, that barrier kind of flickers and fades just in that spot for you to slip through.
It's great to
Also,
see.
boys from the Baltic Star, thank you so much for the raid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can appreciate it. we're playing some Electrum Archive. And this game is super fun.
It's great to see you're excited as to adventure as we are.
Oh,
I was really worried we'd
absolutely.
end up with some stern, quiet, reserved caravan guards.
Oh gosh, no, all are welcome on this wagon.
Fantastic.
So how'd you get into this work? She says, settling in.
Oh, just picked up some odd jobs here and there. How about yourselves?
I'm an archivist, cartographer specifically. Most of the year I am stuck in the tower doing the most boring things, stacking papers, writing them, stacking them again, restacking them in other places. But for a couple months every year after the Veil Eclipse, I get to travel. Yoon and I go out, we see the world, we map things. It's always so much fun.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I throw knives.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep,
Is-
I'm
is
pretty
that-
good
is that
at
a-
it.
Is that a career?
Yes, absolutely. But the goal is to not hit the thing on the target.
Oh, I would have thought the other way around.
Right. It's just, safety, right? It's like the thing is you have to throw and not hurt someone.
So what do you throw the knives at?
Basically everywhere but the person. So. But you try to get as close as you can. That's the thing. You have to make it tense. You have to make it scary.
I
Yoon's quite good at
see.
missing.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Phenomenally good.
Well, as you are having this conversation, and as we are breaking through that mist, you are starting to see what this world around you has become. Beautiful blues and reds and golds and silvers and greens and pinks and purples just radiate out from this forest. Trees of every hue just kind of glistening, like almost glitter in some points. And that color shifts from just these bright golden tones to these darker, more deeper hues. And the sun, every single tree that the sun hits just reflects off the trees around it, like everything was made of glass.
Ada pulls out a big map and unrolls it, and it's mostly blank, but where the caravan is currently and as it's moving, it starts to fill out magically and spread out from what we can see. Looks like everything's working.
Yeah. And in this moment, Yoon is gonna turn to Azura and say, have you been out this way before?
And Azra's just gonna look up and say, "You could say that a few times."
Great. Well, I hope we have a safe, death-free journey.
Oh, of course. I hope so too.
It'll be fine. The monarch spirits are looking over us.
Ooh.
The who?
Okay.
I take it you've all said your prayers before the journey?
No.
Absolutely picture that everyone just stares at Eliara.
Uncomfortable silence.
Don't worry, I prayed 4 times as much for all of you.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Wonderful.
Whatever helps.
Yeah.
So, there is this very fun world building mechanic which was introduced to me while we were playing Fabula Ultima, and I think we can give it a shot here.
Great.
As we embark on the first leg of this journey, I am going to pull up a random adjective generator. And whoever wants to go first, I will give you a choice of 5 adjectives to choose from to basically build this scene, to paint what the first leg of this journey looks like. Would anyone like to go first?
snap.
Not to put anyone on
Hell
the
yeah.
spot or anything.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'll do it.
Yoon? Great.
Yeah.
Random generator, go. We have anxious, cooperative, confident, calculating, and big.
Okay, do I choose one?
Choose one, choose two. It's up to you.
Oh, I'll choose anxious. Big anxious. um so okay. I imagine that like with all the colors swirling around, like Yoon is a bit mesmerized. Like this feels a little bit different. And of course it would be different as everything has shifted about a bit. But with the thoughts of prayers and the fact that he hadn't done any looming overhead, Yoon is like a little bit scared because it's like what if we happened upon the lands of the gods and we did not call out to them to give them our I guess like a greeting, maybe something to pacify, some sort of supplication for them. And so like as we're moving forward and as like the bright trees, the glistening, it seems to kind of encroach onto the path to the point where our road is getting quite a bit narrow, where there are points where we might not even see our striders because the brush kind of reaches out. It's starting to feel a little suffocating. We're starting to get a little anxious, a little paranoid because it's like, wait, what if I should have prayed? What if I should have paid tribute? Oh no. It's I feel like the gods are breathing down my neck. And I'm at that point, Yoon would probably kind of move a little bit closer to Eliara and say, you wouldn't happen to have like a book or something, would you? I just want to see what that whole prayer thing is about.
Oh, if you want, I can teach you how to do one.
Yeah, I would love to.
Let's do one together.
Okay, all right.
Okay. She goes ahead and unsheaths her sword.
Okay.
We're gonna pray to the most generous of monarch spirits, Karamis. She requests her players in blood. She's gonna go ahead and slit open one of her fingertips with her sword and begin to like kind of let the blood kind of drip down and fall. Now you. Or you can use your knife. You just can't miss.
Okay. All right. And Yoon is very hesitant at first. But then like again looking and seeing those colors, he's thinking, I'd better do it. And so he goes for the pinky, just hoping that maybe that won't affect any of his performances. And there's just like a tiny dribble, almost like a paper cuts amount. He's like, is that enough?
Just enough to let one drop.
Oh, okay. It'll just kind of squeeze it a little bit. Is that that's almost a drop?
Excellent. No, that's good. And she goes and clasps her now cut hand with yours, and she begins to recite something in Nolish. It's kind of the same sentence about 3 or 4 times. Then she'll take a deep inhale and exhale, kind of rub her own blood all over her hands as it continues to drip. It's done.
Okay, and we're safe now, right?
Of course. We have her protection.
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime.
And Yoon will be a little bit more settled by that. His finger's still stinging. Is that what you wanted, Hoop? I'm not 100%
yes,
sure if I did it right.
Perfect. Absolutely
okay, cool.
Perfect.
I was about to say, glancing over from her map, Ada looks at Yoon. Remember those rats last year that hunted by the sin of blood? You think those will be an issue again?
Oh my gosh, are you? And he just hurriedly like wipes, and he's trying to look at first like brush on the side to be like, okay, maybe I can get the scent over there.
As this is happening, as the prayer has ended, there is a creature that will swoop down, land on the side of the wagon, maybe 4 inches long. A very small bird. Its feathers reflect that of the trees around it in being almost translucent, beautifully colorful, almost glass-like. It just lands and stares at you all and does that little bird-like hop around the edge of the wagon.
Do y'all know what kind of bird that is?
Technically, if the map isn't telling you, you're the first ones to discover it.
Is the map telling us? I think it's
I'm gonna-
new. Because it's not on the map. If it had a name, it would be on the map. It always shows all of them. It gets very cluttered sometimes, but it's not showing anything, so I think it's new. It could be a good omen. Could be a bad omen. It could want our eyes. It's difficult to tell.
I'm gonna hold out my bloodied hand towards it and see how it reacts.
With absolutely no fear, it just kind of hops and lands on your hand. It weighs practically nothing.
I'll look over at you and it is a gift from Caravan. She heard our prayer. And I begin to just pet the little bird.
Oh my gosh.
Another one
And it
flies and lands on the side of the wagon.
2 are okay. If there are more, I might start to get worried. Aliara, it seems to like you. What do you want to name it? All of them, not just it, but all of them.
I'm gonna name it the Simata.
Ooh.
Symata.
Ada, I think, glances back at the map and a little box pops up on it with that name in it.
Just for a moment, a little like illustration of the bird itself, which would fade.
It's in the records now.
A third of these creatures will land on the wagon.
Okay, 3 make me a little nervous.
2 more on the other side.
Yeah, come on, Eliara, cut it out. What are you doing now?
I'm not doing anything. They seem to just want a place to perch.
They're
Perhaps
gifts, right?
It is. It is a lot of a gift suddenly, but a gift nonetheless.
A gift or
6
a pack?
more just start
Oh,
flocking
okay.
down,
Does anyone
landing at
have any
various points.
food? Maybe they're like smelling or does anyone have any open rations?
Oh yeah, I've got a canteen of stew. Do you want to just want to throw it out
Just
there?
make sure it's not open or leaking.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not open, but I can smell it, so that might be a
Continue to
problem.
swoop down and land more.
Okay,
and
this
more.
is a little much. Should we
more.
try to wave them away?
Maybe throwing food off the back might be a good idea.
Yeah.
What? Well, we
Wiping
don't want to
out
waste it.
with your
Why don't
hand. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's okay.
Like swiping out with your hand at just this one or these 2 birds nearby you, and there's no pain, but as your hand kind of glances across one of their feathers, you look down and you see that there's basically just a long, deep paper cut just up your finger.
Oh, perhaps she needed more blood. Okay, sorry. I just keep trying to shoo them away.
More of them continue to land, more and more.
Okay. Is anyone else good at driving? Perhaps we should be going a little faster.
I'm not good at driving, but maybe I can distract them.
Okay.
And I'll position myself and I'll crack open my canteen of stew, and I'll wave some chunks of chuck roast before I throw it back.
How about a mask roll?
Great. Excellent.
Do you have any talents you feel that would apply to this?
Yes, art. I was thinking that maybe there's just like a certain like I've seen other performers. They do like an interpretive dance just to really draw people in. And so I'm trying to do this with the stew in my hand before I throw it with a high arch.
Sure.
Yes, thank you. You're very kind.
Roll with advantage.
Oh, I failed both. Okay.
No.
All right. GG.
You hold the can up and start waving it as they land, just clinging to the sides of your arm. And you find that, again, there's no pain until you look up and see that those feathers have just been nicking your arm every time you swing it back and forth. And there's just trickles of blood that are starting to just pour down. Please take 1 point of damage.
Oh. All right.
These striders, also having just 8 or 9 of these birds on each of them, have started, wiggle, their tails just thrashing back and forth, trying to get them off of them, and are starting to freak out.
Can anybody use magic? Now might be the time for magic.
I will attempt to cast a spell to.
Okay. The very first spell of the game.
Oh,
mhm.
snap.
What is the name of your spell?
Yes.
Is it one? Is it one that I know, or do
Yes,
I roll
one
for
that you
that?
know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to cast Creeping Greed, which anything that's in my possession belongs to me. So anything that's upon the things that I possess are expelled by force, like by like a puff of force.
Oh, okay.
And since I was the first on this wagon and basically claimed it, and I'm driving it, and these are my companions. Anything these I consider my belongings, and therefore, as I cast this spell, it will create a small little force that'll just kind of push everything off.
Basically just creating this temporary bubble
Yeah.
of energy. Sure. I feel like that constitutes probably under a minor potency.
Okay.
So roll 2d4, please.
2d4, you said?
Yep.
3 and a 1.
So that will cost you 4 drops. What does this spell look like as you cast it?
There will be like a very faint hint of red over everything, like a red aura amongst everything in my surroundings. And as I go and speak some words in Nolish and flourish out my already bloodied hands, the red aura will just kind of like pulse, like just a small puff of a faint cloud over everything, and anything that's not mine will be kind of just like very softly pushed away.
These glass-like birds are just thrown from the edges of the wagon, from the back. They are tossed off of your companions and just kind of go spinning up into the air until they right themselves and just hover and stare at the wagon. These beautiful creatures that are staring at what they probably would consider to be their next meal. But you have a few moments to breathe. Would anyone else like to do anything?
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I assume that Eliara did have to release the reins to stand up, to turn, and
I
to
did.
cast the spell.
Yeah.
Is anyone retaking the reins?
I think Azra would like to jump in and grab the reins.
Sure.
Where are we going, anyways?
I mean, you have a map, you know where the cities are located, but anything in between is a pure guess.
I mean, really, we're just exploring. To explore, we gotta fill the map.
Do you have any knowledge or expertise in in striders or wagoneering or any of it?
I usually get around on foot. This is my first time.
Fair enough.
Oh snap!
How about an agility roll then? We'll just go off of muscle memory of trying to get these striders to calm down and go.
Okay. Is that a D10?
Yep, D10. You're trying to roll on or below whatever your attribute score for agility is.
Well, my agility score is a 1, so I rolled a 4.
Oh no!
Okay. I am gonna leave it to you as you go to just whip the reins, because you've seen people just whip reins and the striders just go. It must be that easy. But you give it a good whip. What happens to these striders?
I'm going to say that everything kind of went out of control, and before I even realized what was happening, we were totally knocked off course.
Just turn and just start careening through the trees. Branches are all just smacking you all in the shoulders, the neck, the head region. Which also means that it's very hard for these birds to keep up with you. Those that even try to follow through the trees are very quickly swallowed up by the branches that just try to swallow the wagon itself as you just barrel your way through.
Great strategy.
Yeah, I totally meant to do that.
But that does mean that whatever road you were following, whatever trail you were on, is long gone. The wagon is now just kind of threatening to tip over at some points, just thrashing back and forth as the striders are just going. Would you all, everyone please, roll your agility?
Yes.
Captains? Why are my captions not working?
I think it's just yours.
There we go. Now they're working.
Oh my gosh. I rolled a 10.
Beautiful.
I'm a 2.
The 3.
Is 3 pass for you?
Yeah, because my agility is 4. It's supposed to be
Okay.
under,
Yep.
right? Yeah. Okay.
I also rolled a 3, which is a pass for me as well.
I failed.
For half of you. For Ada and Eliara, the two of you duck, manage to hold onto the side of the wagon, as at one point it is almost entirely up on 2 wheels before it hits a tree and comes slamming back down. And you do eventually break out of the more dense trees, the more thick, brushes and branches, and the striders start to slow down, realizing that they're not in imminent danger. To look around the wagon and see that half of your party is missing.
Oh no, Yoon.
I rush to the reins and try to halt the striders.
Yeah. With no danger around them, they'd kind of slow, and then with any pressure, they would come to a halt.
Then I'll collect my skirt, try to hop off the wagon, and search for the others.
Yeah, I will as well. I'll grab my crossbow, and hop off and follow the trail that we cut through these trees, trying to find them.
How about an
Yoon.
archive roll for the both of you?
Oh yes.
Oh no, my archive's
Love
a
to
1.
do archive. My archive is so good. I watch
Yeah, nope.
And if you ever have any talents you feel that would apply to this role, let me know, and that will give you advantage.
Geography.
Yeah,
Probably not.
absolutely.
Oh, cool.
We used art to try to fend off birds, okay?
Yes.
I have history, culture, and geography, so I'm going to try and get very creative with these.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Oh, that was good. That's a 1 under my 8.
What'd you get, Eliara?
I got an 8 for my 1. So
Okay.
Oh.
yeah.
Eliar just goes to run, like, you know the direction you came. It must just be back that way, and just starts taking off into the woods. Ada just takes like a moment of thinking, of positioning, of the way that your wagon is facing, of the different twists and turns you made. You know that Eliar is about to head in the very wrong direction.
Oh, wait. No. If I'm not mistaken, there's a cliff that way. Please stop.
Oh, okay. I'll follow you.
Yeah, I think they might be over here.
Two of you together now turn and start sprinting your way back through the trees.
Yoon.
As for the other two of you, having been thrown from the back of the wagon forcibly, finding yourselves on the cold, damp ground, the sound of the wagon disappearing very quickly, replaced by just this silence.
Are you okay?
Mm, yeah, I think so. Are you okay? How are your knives?
I think my knives are okay. Um, goes to try to take a swig. My stew's all gone though.
All right. Well,
No, please.
uh, did you see which way the wagon went?
Uh, I'm not sure. Are the trails like is there any sort of indentation or anything on the ground? Um, I have no idea. Uh, uh, but this always works. Ada!
If either of you want to take in your surroundings, you can make an archive roll.
Oh, I'll do that.
Give it a shot.
Not good. I got a 6 to my 3.
I got a 2 below my 4.
The two of you are sitting there, your own, even though you are shouting, your voice seems so muffled. Like the trees are kind of just absorbing the noise. And no matter how loud you are yelling, it's barely coming out as just normal talking volume. Also, weirdly enough, the trees seem to be getting a little closer. Some of them at least.
Oh. Um so I'm gonna lean into one of my talents, possibly to my detriment, and I'll say, Azura, would you just keep an eye out? I'm gonna try to climb one of these trees so I can get a better vantage point.
Sure.
Would
Good luck.
you just let me know if you want even or odd?
I want odd.
That is even. You get to the tree and start climbing. It's for as for as much as the foliage and the leaves and the flowers all look like glass, the trees themselves look very much like you'd expect. Dark shades of brown and green, in this rough bark. You get, a foot up, 2 feet, as you start your ascent, and the tree starts just moving under you.
Are you doing that?
No. Doing
It-
what?
It's moving. Are you moving the tree? Is it windy?
No, I'm not doing anything.
There's about 14 insect-like arms that just kind of extend out from the trunk of the tree and just grab onto you. And we're going to go to some initiative.
All right.
I have special combat music just for this game. Turn that down because that might be a little loud. I'm going to send this to all of you so you can hear it as well. Because it is beautiful, it's poetic, it's so gentle, and just very, very soothing to listen to.
Great.
Love the title of that.
I can turn up just. There we go.
Definitely sets a mood.
Yep.
So, the way that initiative works in this game is that we all make a speed roll each round. Your speed is determined if you're using a weapon, you will roll the speed of that weapon. If you aren't, then your default speed is 5. So, is anyone using a weapon? Planning to attack? The two of you that are running, I assume that you are just focused on running.
Until I see that my friend is.
Yeah,
yes.
until we find them, yeah.
Sure.
And I'm going to attempt to attack the tree
Sure.
to save.
Then anyone that's using weapon, feel free to roll your d10, and you're trying to hit equal to or lower than your weapon's speed.
Okay. I rolled a 3.
What's your weapon speed?
It's a 7.
So yeah, you were going to act before the enemies.
Nice.
Okay, so Azra is going to take her staff and strike the arms that are holding Yoon.
Run up and smack it into the side of the tree.
Yeah.
Attacks always hit in this game. You declare your target, and then you just roll the weapon's damage. Minus whatever armor the target has.
Okay. So I roll another 10? D10?
Staff.
This is D6, 2D4.
So it's versatile. If you have it in one hand, it's just d6 damage. If you have it in two hands, it's 2d4 damage.
Okay, I'm gonna say I have it in 2 hands since I swung it.
So yeah, roll 2d4.
Okay. And I got 7.
So close to a crit. That is going to be reduced by its armor value, so a few of those insect-like limbs will just break, full on just snapping off, and just fall to the ground. And the tree itself vibrates a little and starts letting out this chittering noise. As the entirety of what was a tree a few moments ago just kind of comes falling forward, and there is just hundreds of these insect-like legs that pop out to catch it. I think you rolled your speed. Yoon.
Oh, I wasn't gonna attack. I was gonna try to like scramble out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if.
So your default speed is 5 if you are not using a weapon.
Okay.
You roll a
Great.
d10 and you're trying to get a 5 or less.
Sounds good. Would acrobatics help me in trying to like slip free
I
from?
would say so, yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, I got a 4 under my 6.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
So you were going to act before this creature does.
Okay, cool. All right. My attempt is just to try to slip out. I'm trying to like I imagine that in the course of, knife throwing, you have to stay strong, you have to stay limber. There might be like some strongmen in the circus where I've been like, doing some wrestling here and there, and they've taught me, oh, you have to be quick because you're not very strong, Yoon. And I'm like, all right, ouch, but okay. So
Yeah, make an agility roll, please, with advantage.
all right, let's go. Ah, that's a 1. Let's go.
This thing is trying to just like drag you up its body, probably towards some kind of mouth or mandibles, but you just take that moment of some of those legs being broken off and just physically slip out and just come thudding like the foot or so to the ground.
Oh my gosh. That was a good swing. Ooh.
Thanks. Are you okay?
Yeah. I don't think I want to climb any trees again anytime soon.
Yeah, not your best idea.
Yeah.
Along with the, the stew.
Hey, we try things.
Well, this thing is
I don't know
going
how to deal with glass birds.
Look around. And I think you are the only one of the two of you that is actively bleeding.
Yes.
These giant branch-like pincers just turn as its tree-like body is now curving back towards you and just snap out.
Gosh.
For a whole 3 points of damage minus your armor.
Okay. I'll take 1 then.
1 whole point of damage.
Yeah.
Those
like in
mandibles
this case,
just bite in, but it's a flesh wound at the most.
yes. I've felt worse.
The two of you running, is there anything you'd like to do other than run?
Are we able to get close enough to see what's going on, or?
I'll give you an archive roll. There is now commotion. To help get you there faster.
I also have Swift, if that matters.
Absolutely.
I have it mastered.
Yes.
So I have both levels of Swift. Oh, that's another 1 below my 8.
Nice.
Well,
Absolutely.
the 9 on a 1, so
You were just following.
yeah.
No clue where you are,
Nope.
but you're trusting that Ada knows
Yep.
where she's going. You are running, and then you hear a sound like a tree physically bending in half, just this groaning noise, and then this chitter that echoes through the trees around it. Turn and just start sprinting towards that noise. To see Yoon being tossed to the ground as this giant centipede-like creature the size of a tree has whipped around and is trying to bite into your two companions.
Yeah, I think Ada coming into this clearing slides across on her feet, and just stares at it for a second, eyes wide. Yoon, 3 years ago, feral pickle tree, try that trick again. And then lifts her crossbow, and I'll fire it next round.
Yeah,
Alright.
roll your damage.
Oh, do I get it this round?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the only downside that the two of you had to get there was that you were automatically going after.
Well, I'm still rolling low, which normally is a good thing. That's only 2.
The bolt will kind of just ricochet off this thing's tree-like hide. But you have its attention. I keep wanting to say Azra, but it's Azura, right? Okay. What would you like to do?
So I have a spell.
Ooh.
I don't know how helpful it will be, but it is called Shadow Sphere. And
Yes, it's very helpful.
what it does is it casts like a smoke, and when we're inside of this smoke, we're protected, and nobody can see us.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I think that probably falls under moderate. So, would you roll 3d6, please?
Okay. All right, and the total is 8.
So that costs you 8 drops.
Okay. So
If you ever
that-
don't have enough drops to cast the spell still goes off. It just takes whatever was left over from your hit points.
Okay. So I think Azra sees the two running and knows that we need to get away from this tree. And she casts her spell, and then a big smoke comes from her hands and starts enveloping myself and Yoon. And I'm going to yell to the others, hurry, run faster.
Yeah, I would even say that this smoke is almost acidic to creatures that are hostile to you. Roll 2d4, please.
Nice.
Because there is not just one of these creatures.
Okay, I got 5 total.
5. That one that is trying to bite into you and just starts screeching and recoiling. It's not quite dead, but it is heavily wounded. There are 2 more trees that kind of collapse and coil on itself, trying to back away from the smoke. And for the 4 of you, everything just kind of looks a little hazy, a little grayscale, but you can still see. For these creatures, it's just darkness. So, we will go into the second round. Anybody using a weapon?
Yes.
Yes, Aliara would use her sword.
And roll your speed against your weapon. Anyone that's not using a weapon, roll against a speed of 5.
I'm using my crossbow, but I go first because I have Swift Mastered.
Automatically do.
Nice.
Okay. Rolled a 3 against a 6. So.
Yep, so you're going to go before the enemy does.
I rolled an 8.
You will
my
go
5.
after.
I got
Ian?
a 4 under my 8.
The 3 of you will go first. I think Ada, because of your swift mastery, you just automatically go first.
Awesome. Yeah, looking around and seeing everything hazy and giving a nod to Azura, again lifts her crossbow up towards the one that's injured. I really think we should find a way out of here. I don't know that fighting all of these face-to-face is the best option for us. Ooh, that's an 8.
That crit?
It is a crit. Thank you.
That
Yes,
was
that is a D8.
Nice!
That will
Let's
ignore
go!
their armor value. The bolt just sinks into the head of one, and it just writhes and coils into just this like roly-poly ball, and just lies there.
I think they're weak to sharp things, maybe?
Technically, yeah.
Right?
Yun and Azra?
Go ahead.
So, the smoke starts dissipating. And then I just look around at the group and say, okay, well, that's enough excitement for today. Shall we find the wagon?
You are just turning back to run, I assume?
Yes.
No roll required. You are out of the fight.
Okay.
You?
Okay. So, can I tell how many of them there are right now?
There are trees kind of like on the edge of this clearing that have physically moved away from the smoke, wanting nothing to do with this. But as far as those that are physically engaged with you, there are 2 of them.
Okay. In that case, I think I'd like to make sure that we can send a message to the other ones that we're not what you want to follow. We're not the targets you want to chase. And I think it'd be perfect here because like you've got that smoke that's dissipating and you just see the silhouette of Yoon standing there as he's got this little pistol in his hand, and he takes a little shot with his spore pistol at I'd say maybe at the one that's a little bit more like worse off at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's 2 damage.
2 damage. That will not get through its armor.
Oh no. I looked so cool too.
And Eliar, you rolled higher than your speed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The 2 remaining creatures, one of them that got blasted by a pistol, will lash out in self-defense against you. I'm going to roll its damage at disadvantage because of the smoke. Well, one of those was a crit, but the non-crit was only 3 damage. Which is good, because on a crit, they get to grab you.
Oh my gosh.
But you, that same one that had bit you the first time, took the pistol shot, lashes out, tries to bite you again. A majority of its bite just sinking into the armor, but there's just little bits that is getting through, and you can feel the blood starting to flow under your armor. The other one, Ada, you're a menace with that crossbow. We're gonna go for you.
Oh no.
That is also 3 points of damage, minus your armor. If you have any armor.
I do have some armor. Not much, but I do. It definitely helps.
These things just are thrashing in the darkness, even as it is dissipating. As your caster has turned and fled. You want to roll another d4. We'll say that since they are staying in this smoke, that will do an extra d4 of damage before it dissipates.
Sick.
Azra, you want to roll a d4?
I rolled a 3.
Nice.
That is enough that one of them is just starts to reel back to bite again, and its wood-like exterior just starts to crumble and break away, and it so screeches and recoils back into its roly-poly type ball. Also dead.
Great.
Eliara, it's up to you. You can flee, you can stay and attack.
So Azra's fled.
Yep.
The other 2 are kind of staying in combat.
Seems like it, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and flee off in Azra's direction, and start racing for the wagon.
So, top of round 3, do either of you plan to stay and attack, or are you both planning on running?
No, I think I'm grabbing Yoon's arm and like pulling, maybe firing a crossbow bolt off behind us, but not like really aiming at anything, just like dragging you
Sure.
along.
Roll a
Effectively
speed
running.
of 5, please.
I still go first even without a weapon, right? Let me look at my.
Yes, but you are also grabbing someone and trying to get you
Sure.
to go with you.
True. Rolled exactly 5.
Beautiful. Yeah, no problem.
Great.
Yeah, you are grabbed and just yoinked back into the woods away from these creatures.
Oh my gosh. That was embarrassing.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't usually fall out of wagons. I'm not usually in wagons, but
That's true. It happens to the best of us, I guess. At least once
Yeah.
in our life. We'll call it that.
right.
Calls after the. Are you two okay?
Yes. Azura, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, that was nothing I haven't seen before, but it was scary.
You know, I really want to hear because okay, so the person who hired y'all, Luna, I know her. She's cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
really want to hear the story of how y'all met because y'all kick ass. Holy
Yeah,
crap!
me too. I didn't know Luna knew people like you, so I
Yeah.
also really want to know.
Oh my gosh!
We have plenty of time though. Long road ahead of us.
Absolutely.
We'll say that you load back up into the wagon as you were having this conversation. The sun is starting its descent, and Whoever of the two of you would like to tell the story of how you met Archivist Luna and how you were hired for this job. Whoever wants to just tell this story, by all means.
We both can. Azura and I travel often in the same circles. We have very similar beliefs, yes?
Yes, mine just aren't as strong as Eliara's.
Your faith is still building.
Right, right.
We have
Eliara
much
is
to learn.
she's
Yes.
generous enough to, you
Oh.
know, take me under her wing.
I have so much to teach. And I can teach the two of you as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be great.
I
I'd
tried
love
to
learn.
engage Luna, but those conversations were difficult. It is a work in progress.
Would either of you feel that a spirit roll might be necessary? Or a
Yes.
vibe check, if you will.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Honestly,
okay.
for any of you are welcome to a
No.
vibe check right now.
Ada
okay,
sounds suspicious.
I just believe you.
Ada and Yoon are full. Yeah. Why would anyone lie about this?
Right.
Okay, we're rolling a d10.
I guess you don't have to. If you don't want a vibe check, you don't have to.
I'll take a vibe check.
I rolled a 9 on a 7. However, I am very talented in spirit. I am well versed in trying to communicate my beliefs
Sure.
among other people.
Roll it again. Yeah.
So I'm used to having an audience that I'm not always extremely truthful to. So
Cornerstone
and
of
that's a
religion?
pass, a 5 or a 7.
And I rolled a 1 to my 5.
Ooh.
Um,
Then yeah.
Dang.
As to not make the two players hash out this very long and intricate lie of how you know Archivist Luna and how you ended up here. It's a good story. Both of you know it's total bullshit, but it's a good story. And eventually rations will be pulled out. You probably have to light a lantern at some point. And as the first leg of this journey comes to a close, with the moon now cascading through the trees, creating this like tapestry of blue and silver that just streams through the leaves and the foliage. I'm gonna roll up some more random adjectives. Who would like to describe this the second half of this journey through the forest?
I can do it.
Sure.
Okay.
You have your adjectives are
Okay.
maniacal, educational, gray, incompetent, or inner. And if you'd like, I can re-roll and give you 5 new ones.
I want to figure out how I'm gonna make maniacal work. Yeah, okay. Let's do maniacal and educational.
Sure. Paint the scene for
I-
us.
Hmm?
Paint the
I
scene for
think-
us.
That the change in scenery has been so complex and so vivid. These bright and bizarre colors that you're not used to seeing in nature, and the strong juxtaposition of this new scene, very versus what this, everything was last year, has caused Eliara to go into this deep appreciation and gratitude for the monarch spirits that have painted this picture before her. And as she watches this painting unfold, she becomes more fervent and passionate in her worship. She will relate to the others, probably first thing in the morning. Her what's the word I'm looking for? Her deep admiration for the spirits and what they've bestowed, that her speech will become jumbled. She'll start speaking really, really fast. She'll start exalting in prayer. And she will start teaching the others all of her religious learnings thus far and how they tie in to this glorious eclipse that happens every year.
I think if I could add to the scene a little to
Yes.
belay this maniacal nature, I think there'd be one point where Eliara is driving the wagon through this trail that you have kind of just lucked your way on and just bursts out in laughter. Just this beautiful scene, this overwhelming beauty sent straight from the gods, and it's just, it has to come out some way, and it is just joy. It's laughter, it's exuberance. And as everyone is getting your rest, would you roll a d10, please?
And
'Cause, y'all are cursed.
7.
Oh, great.
7.
7,
Five.
7, 5.
7.
Oh my gosh.
That's lucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's lucky.
For everyone except for Yoon, I will give you the choice. Choose one of your stats. It is reduced by 1.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
You-
no.
Yoon, you can choose one of your stats to raise by 1.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ah.
I'm gonna
Since I
raise my
almost
spirit.
certainly
I'm
won't
gonna.
roll below it. I'm gonna lower my body from 2 to 1.
I lowered my
Yeah.
agility from
It's the
4
same
to
odds.
3.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna lower my spirit from 5 to 4.
There. The night passes by uneventful, other than Eliara just bursting out in laughter. But otherwise, the morning sun would eventually rise. We'd find
That's
ourselves.
great.
Very peaceful, very quiet. Anyone that can fall asleep in like a car or a plane or something. Come the morning light, we find that the landscape around you is starting to shift. It is changing from this radiant rainbow glade into something very different. The tree line is getting thinner and thinner, and that wet, vibrant brown and green and red earth that you've been traversing across is getting drier. There's even spots that are starting to crack a little. You're noticing that there's not as much wildlife, and the air is getting definitely warmer, getting more arid, getting drier. And by the time the sun is all the way up, you are seeing the first signs of the Razor Canyons. These enormous fissures in the ground that just span for miles. Very, very little greenery or growth anywhere to be seen other than the occasional cactus-like looking plant. I think as we venture into the next little bit of terrain, we can take a break there. Give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what you gotta do, and we'll come back with the rest of this journey. See you soon, everyone. And welcome back. Where we left off, we'd left the colorful forest and found ourselves in a landscape full of chasms. Get the music back up. And pass it on over to Azura. What does this scene look like?
All right. So as we are in the wagon and we're traveling towards the Razor Canyons, it's getting hotter and hotter, and the colors are changing to ashen gray and red, and all the beautiful colors that we saw before are nowhere to be seen. The road is so bumpy and rough. It feels like less like we're on a wagon and more like we're just on a roller coaster. It, everybody's sweating and the dust is getting heavier, and then we look out and see these massive, massive canyons on all sides of us. Um, and then we hit a big pothole, if you will, and the wagon comes to a halt.
The Striders keep trying to pull, but now there's just like the front right corner is just physically dipped down. And I can't think of anything worse than being like hot and starting to sweat and have dust just stick to you. That sounds awful. And yet, here we are.
Yes, Azra is not driving. She is not allowed to after the last incident. So
who's driving?
I'm going to say that Yoon grabbed the reins on this one. And so I look over at Yoon and I said, Yoon, what was that?
I'm sorry. I didn't see the hole.
Both the Striders turn to look at you with the same question.
I'm sorry. Lemon, meringue, please, chill.
They just shake and then just plop down, perfectly comfortable in this temperature.
Might be a good time for a little rest. I mean, I'm still bleeding, so that might be a good... Maybe someone could patch me up.
Ada pops up from the back of the wagon. I could do that. Oh, landscape change. You know what that means. Time to place bets. What do we think the first creature we're going to see? Last time, it was murder birds. This time, who knows? Anybody have any ideas?
I'm going to say demon snakes.
Demon snakes. How many drops are you putting on it?
I'm going to put 2 drops.
Okay. Look towards Yoon.
I think we're gonna encounter a god.
Oh, wow. That is
choice.
ambitious.
I'm gonna put all 5 of my remaining drops on it.
Oh my goodness.
Eliara, any
I
ideas?
think something bat-like, flying and scaly. I'm going to put 5 drops on it.
Very interesting. Wait, she digs in her bag. I have to see how many drops I have. Last time we were in a desert, things got very weird.
Yeah, they did.
I think we're going to run into a kaleidoscope bear again. I'm going to put 10 drops on that.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
But in the meantime, I will patch you up.
Thank you.
Just in case we do meet a god.
Yes.
Make an archive check, please.
Absolutely.
Bust out my healing toolkit.
What is that? Oh, good, that's a 6. That's below. I couldn't tell if that was a 6 or 9 at first, but that was a 6. So it is a success.
And you heal 1d6 plus 2.
Great.
Ooh. Do you want to roll that or you want me to?
Please.
That's 5 plus 2 is 7.
Let's go. I'm back to full. Let's do it.
I am, after our many misadventures over the last handful of years, I'm very good at patching you up.
Yes.
As we're sitting there, I actually know the creatures that are here. And the very first creatures you would see would fit in the palm of your hand. They are very, very small. Very, very numerous. They have long, salamander-like bodies. I mean, by long, a good, 3 inches long. but they're very sleek and they glow a bright, bright red. And every time they stick their tongue out to just kind of, taste at the air, there's just this little tiny puff of fire that comes out every single time.
I was gonna say little dragons, and I'm like, no, that's too.
Is anybody close who had tiny dragons?
I mean, Eliara had flying scaled creatures.
I had demon snakes. They're
Demon
reptiles.
snakes, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
demon snakes. These are just demon snakes with legs. I think that.
Yep.
I think that. Awesome. Yeah, I will gladly hand over 10 of my drops.
Yes.
I will hand over 5.
I'll hand over my 5.
I am loaded.
And much like every other creature you've come across, they have no fear of you. They probably have never seen humanoids and would kind of just come up to your wagon and inspect it. And you probably even see a couple that would climb up and just stare at you with their tiny little salamander heads just poking up over the edge of the wagon. Unlike the birds, if you move towards them, they will immediately dart away.
Oh.
Ian, what do you think the over-under is that these are murder lizards like the birds?
I don't know. They seem scared of us.
It seems so sweet.
Right? Is there a name on the map?
I will check.
Nope.
No name. Somebody gets to name it. Azura, you won.
Yeah.
I want to name these guys. Oh, am I giving one single name or the creature? What the creature
Name for
is
the
called?
creature.
Creatures.
Scaly poofs.
Ooh.
I like that. After a moment,
Yes.
it pops up on the map with a little illustration of the scaly
Yes.
poof.
Silly poofs.
Oh, it's adorable.
Okay.
Somebody in the archives is rolling their eyes at that.
But yeah, you're free to stop, take a rest, even though every breath you take in is kind of like breathing in just warm dust. Eventually, you can get the wagon wheel lifted up out of the pothole. Your striders get back to their feet, enjoying their little action dust bath. We're able to get back on the boat. At this point, you'd travel for probably a few days. Each one, the sun rising on this beautiful cracked landscape, seeing more and more creatures, like larger versions of those salamanders. But so large that they are incredibly slow. More like iguanas than salamanders. And they just stare at your wagon as it goes. Occasionally they'll just spit out this little ball of molten flame that will hit the rock and just kind of sputter. There was one evening where you would see multiple creatures up in the sky. It's kind of hard to see too many details against, the pitch black night sky until it fully is dark, until the sun is fully gone. And these about 8 foot from their 8-foot wingspan moth-like creatures start to glow just this luminescent red as just a swarm of them flies overhead.
Those are so pretty.
They're beautiful.
I wish I could fly.
Scaly poofs.
We love the scaly poofs.
And the greater scaly poof, the
The
larger
greater
version.
scaly poof, yep.
Yeah.
That's now what they're called. But after a few days of travel, getting used to the ash and the heat, you'd find what would be about midday on your 4th day of traveling. And you're seeing other wagon tracks. You're seeing footprints. As there are people that have been out here. You're, of course, welcome to follow the wagon tracks if you'd like, or just continue on your way.
Could be friends, or they could try to rob us again. But they're usually friends.
Yeah.
They could be friends. Many people are charting these new worlds. They could be fellow caravans.
Yeah, we know quite a few of the caravans who come through. Well, I don't know this way. This way is different every year, but could be
Right.
someone.
Yeah, we might run into Tom again. That was
Be
fun.
the twins.
Yeah. Tom and Mott.
Azura, that's going to be a good opportunity for you to teach how to teach or learn how to teach.
Yeah, I know. We go over this every year.
Yes, but this is a good opportunity for you to finally put it into practice. I feel you know enough now.
If we must.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll put in a good word for y'all with Luna, too.
Excellent. That would be much appreciated.
The open road's the best place to do it because if you embarrass yourself, you don't have to see the person again for at least a year.
Right?
And they may die. If they get eaten, then you don't ever have to see them again. It's like it never happened.
Yeah,
Exactly.
win-win.
Okay, you guys. I'll do it. But we have to see if they're friends first.
If they're not, we could just perform more prayers of blood.
We'll get there. I'm not cutting my finger yet, but we'll get there.
No, them. Just like slice them open. An offering.
Oh. Okay.
So we're turning off to go explore these wagon tracks.
Yep.
It wouldn't be long, maybe another hour or so of travel before you'd see what would be the first sight of any kind of structures. It looks ruined. Whatever was here looks like it's been sitting in the sun and the desert wind for years, if not decades. Stone buildings that have been eroded away to little more than just ruins popping up out of the sand. But you also know that yesterday this could have been a thriving city, and today it is ruined. But sitting there amongst the ruins is a handful of caravans.
I would like to make a network.
Absolutely.
Nice.
See if I have a contact in the area. Since we are entering this new. It's a masks check. My masks is 4. And that's a 2.
Beautiful.
I would like for it to be the twins, Tom and Mott.
Yes.
Pulling up, you do see obviously a handful of the folks here look out, see a caravan approaching, and kind of pass the word around. It's not like weapons are drawn or anything. They're just letting everyone know. There's one figure that seems to be kind of guiding everyone, a close to 8, maybe a little over 8 foot tall, very thin, very, very thin feminine figure with almost elven-like features. Just kind of watches as you see a pair of friends just come bolting out of this collection of people, just waving you down.
Waving back, I'll say kind of out of the side of my mouth, you don't still owe Tom money, do you?
Probably. I don't remember. We'll see.
Sure, it'll be fine. And then waving and running up to them.
One of them, a masculine figure, probably late 20s, just hops up onto the side of the wagon, dust covered. Whatever his natural hair color might be, at this moment it's dust colored. Just big smile plastered across his face. Oh, hey, I didn't think they let archivists out this early in the year, but It's good to see you. Um, Dune, Ada, and people I don't recognize. What are you doing out here?
What we
Oh.
always do.
Yeah. This is Eliara,
Hi.
and this is Azura.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Tom, my brother's around here somewhere, I'm sure. Or he got eaten. I don't know. Anyways, you should come and just sit with us. We
Yeah.
don't tell anyone I told you, but I think we found something pretty cool.
Awesome.
Great.
And I'm sure Mott's fine. I mean, if either of you get eaten, it's going to be you first. We all know that.
Probably, yeah. Anyways, and he'll hop off and just start kind of directing you towards where you can park your wagon.
I'll look at Eliara and Azra. Do you all mingle with other caravans a lot? I assume you do, since that's your profession.
Oh, yes, it's something we do very often.
Very. At this point, I have a disguise toolkit and I have Hive Mask. Is there anything that my character can do to blend in the situation more?
I would say to your heart's content.
Would I have to roll a mask
No.
or anything like that? Nope. Okay. Um, I think in my disguise toolkit, I have another change of clothes to make me look more like a townsfolk, just like, a little less standoutish. And I would like to change into that to blend in a little better.
Blend down, basically.
Yes.
Fantastic.
The wagon
Okay.
is pulled off to the side. People start just coming over, bringing food to your striders, just offering to help you out of the wagon.
Almost kind of skipping over to the people. So the archives, they set us up with the best of the best caravan crew this year. It's the first time we've ever had a crew. It's been great. They have so many stories. You should ask them about it.
Yeah, they kick ass.
Tom is like Tom's kind of pushed to the back as everyone is, stepped in to take care of the striders and to take care of your wagon in general. But yeah, Azure and Eliara, the two of you would kind of be bombarded by questions of just people wondering where you came from, where you're going, how you came to this line of business, what guild you represent. Which I won't make both of you come up with all these lies. I'm happy to say that you were simply just swarmed with questions and answered to the best of your abilities.
I will, however, very subtly mention that everything I do is by the mercy of the monarch spirits, and that all of the gifts that I've been bestowed have been from academies.
For the other two of you, you seem to be able to step away for a moment if you'd like to. Ada and you.
Ooh.
This has been exciting so far.
Yeah. Um, I I did not think I'd be climbing a bug today. New experiences. I'm glad we survived. Um,
It's true.
Luna really, really came through here.
She really did. I worry about our odds this year. Things have been a little more dangerous.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I think with our new friends, we're bound to survive.
I think so. I mean, you haven't fallen into the mouth of a sand beetle yet, which is a
True.
plus.
True. I mean, when you fished me out of there, oh, that was gross.
It was, but there's two more people to help now, so it might be a little easier.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So it doesn't seem like Tom remembers if I owe him.
Yeah, probably best if we don't say anything.
Yeah. Um, all right. Well, I mean, if we're chilling here, I mean, do you think there'd be anyone who would want a show?
I think so, yeah. Try not to stab anyone. but I think so, yeah.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to.
At this point, you would see a small cadre of the only armed people it looks like in the camp, all decorated in guild attire, in guild colors, kind of in this like semicircle formation around this tall feminine figure. By the time they get up to you, they've spread out a little. And this figure in long, flowing black and red gown just kind of comes striding up, looking down at the two of you. I didn't know they'd sent out any other caravans this way, but we're always pleased to have more help. Seraphina
Yeah.
Ravensong. Lady Seraphina Ravensong.
Lady. And in that case, Yoon is gonna do like a really deep bow.
Ada does something between a bow and a curtsy. It's very awkward. She almost falls over. It's a pleasure. We don't meet many people with titles out here.
You wouldn't, but we had very peculiar readings from the aura of this place. It does seem that we were correct. Unless I'm mistaken, you have the attire and stance and air about you of an archivist.
Well,
Yes,
thank you.
yeah. A cartographer, just kind of wandering around, filling in the maps to help people for the next year.
Maybe you could help me. We found a cavern
Absolutely.
system. We know there's something down there, but with no way to map it, it's far too dangerous to send anyone.
Absolutely. We have two top of the line, best of the best caravan guards. I think we definitely handle whatever this is.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And of course, whatever's down there, your share will be given to you. Unless you prefer we send it back to the city.
No, we can take it. We'll make sure it gets
Yeah.
back.
Absolutely. It's in safe hands.
Understood. Well, thanks to rest as much as you need, but when you're ready, we'll send you down and see what you can find.
Absolutely.
So give you a very curt nod and turn and just start strolling back to the camp.
This is exciting. Bet Eliara and Azura is going to be really excited too.
Absolutely. Get their names out. Oh my gosh.
This will be really good for business.
Top tier bodyguards.
Speaking of, the two of you would eventually be left alone. The questions rapid fire are shot at you. You, of course, are invited to the main bonfire they have set up, towards the mess tent that they have. And of course they've told you that if you do find anything, they are planning on celebrating for basically a full day, getting super drunk, and then heading back towards the city. As the four of you reconvene, what would you like to do?
Bounding up to the two of them. We just got offered the coolest job. They have caverns, never seen before, super dangerous. They don't know what's down there. Could be giant monsters, could be nothing, pits of death. We don't know, but they want us to explore it and map it out.
Oh, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I told them we'd be glad to.
I'd be happy to explore.
You said nobody's ever been there before. I'm in.
Yes. We mentioned y'all to the lady Raven song, so
Oh, wonderful.
there might be more gigs in it for y'all in the future.
Our network.
Yeah, that would be good.
At the mention of Lady Ravensong. You can feel eyes just absolutely burrowing into the back of your head. And if you'd like to turn around, you can immediately lock eyes with Lady Serafina, who is just staring at the two of you.
That's her.
Why does she look like that? Why is she staring?
probably
Why is
just
she
impressed.
staring?
I mean, we
In
told her
awe.
you two were the best of the best. She's probably just
Exactly.
checking you out, sizing you up,
Oh,
Yep.
considering whether or not she wants to hire you.
She
Please don't leave us
feels
though.
she feels the power.
well, it seems that the offer has already been made. No.
Well, for all of us to go, but after that, please stick with us. This year has been
Yeah.
especially
I'll wave
dangerous,
at
and I don't.
her.
Doesn't wave or blink even.
Oh. She seems nice.
A little intense.
A little bit.
She seems nice.
If none of you want to do anything, I think she's gonna cast a spell.
On us?
Maybe.
Why?
We didn't do anything.
We do. We were so nice.
We were just
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah. Unless there's anything you'd all like to do in this moment.
Run? I mean-
My whole self is cursed. I don't think I'll help us.
June, do you want to start your performance?
Sure. I like Yoon probably like just feeling the stares would be like, maybe she overheard me talk about a performance. And so I'll start calling out and saying, "Hey everyone, so you may have heard of me, Yoon, rhymes with moon. I perform with the illustrious traveling circus, and I throw these and I miss things. So if you want to see me miss things, come on over by the fire."
14 drops on this spell. That's a lot.
Oh my gosh.
She is going to cast the revealing song. Just this very, very faint, almost inaudible tune. Beautiful melody that just kind of floats on the air. And is going to reveal what would be one closely guarded secret you would keep. It just bubbles to the top of your mind, involuntary. I'm just going to go down the line, same way we did intros. Ada, what secret would just bubble to your mind, the top of your mind?
Top of my mind, or like I say it out loud?
Just in your head.
Ada knows it's her fault the desk is always sticky.
Oh no.
The thoughts of Luna like reprimanding someone else. It's just guilt. It's just it's me. I know it's me. I just got someone else in trouble. I'm so sorry. Azra,
I'll make it up to them.
what secret would bubble up to the top of your mind?
I think the secret would be that Azra isn't a loyal monarch spirit follower, and she's been following Eliara under false pretenses.
You.
So, Yoon, part of his act is that the person he throws knives at is his wife. But when the carnival travels, there's like specific regions, and I guess I can't really say like Northwest region or anything because it changes all the time. But it's like it's a different the name is always Lilith, but it's a different Lilith every time. But it's like because it's not like we have the internet or anything, and so we're able to like keep the illusion because everyone wants to know, oh my gosh, he's throwing knives at his wife, what? Like, so some of the people are like, oh, I wish I could do that, they piss me off sometimes. But then for it's like it's just a matter of the tension, right?
Mhm.
The fear. But this is the thing that Yoon is always scared that someone will discover, because he tries his best to keep the secret by just not talking about the act itself ever, not talking about Lilith ever. But in reality, it's like he'll always, oh yeah, my wife, but nope, this is it's always a different person depending on where it is.
That's amazing. And Eliara.
The reason that she's traveling alone or just with Azura and not the rest of the cult is because her faith has been faltering a little bit lately. Her blood offerings have not been rewarded as much as they used to be. And she sometimes has thoughts that the twin-souled emperor might be onto something, as much as she hates to admit it.
Okay. And it is absolutely clear, without a shadow of a doubt, that all of these thoughts that just bubbled up in your mind for no reason, she heard all of them.
Is it possible for me to put on my veil of whispers to see what she's thinking?
Yes. I will probably give you a mask roll to sort through the like 36 voices you'd be hearing.
Jeez.
So, okay. I did a 7 to my 5.
I think you have 2 hero points. You'd like to spend one to reroll.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. 4 to my 5.
Nice.
He is thinking that you all are perfect for this job.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
That's it?
No.
There's not much. She's hearing these thoughts. There's a very little, tiny bit of a smile. She thinks about how she's very lucky that you kind of just fell into her lap when she needed people like you the most, and that you are perfect for this.
Because we're so competent.
Absolutely.
She needs someone to make a desk sticky, so
Yeah.
But you are free to take any preparations you need, load up any gear that you might need, and whenever you're ready, venture on. Is there
okay.
anything that anyone would like to do? Anyone you'd like to go talk to?
Eliara would find a secluded spot away from camp, kneel down, cut open both palms, place them on press them onto the ground, and spend some time in prayer.
Hands would immediately just be covered in dust. The wind kind of just piling up the ash and sand up around the hands, up the forearm. And it is warm. Not just like you're touching hot sand, but like the heat from the ground is just kind of pushing itself up into your palms and up into your arms and into your chest. For some, possibly a very scary feeling, but for others, comforting.
As uncomfortable as it is, she will choose to see it as comforting.
Whenever you're ready, pull your hands up out of the piles of sand that's gathered up and see that both palms are fully healed.
Oh my gosh.
She will like almost like recoil in wonder She will clasp them together. She'll cry, and she'll begin to whisper in Nolish, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," over and over again. Spend like a few moments in that state of admiration and gratitude before heading back to the party.
Anyone else?
Ada's
Oh, please go ahead.
Ada spends the evening sketching in one of her journals a number of the creatures that she saw. The main sketch that she makes on these pages are very much like classic wildlife prints that you would make seeing new things in the field. But then in the margins and kind of around the description she's writing, she's also drawing them in various festive outfits. So there's the scaly poofs and a couple fun hats. There's the giant moths wearing like these long scarves and flowy ribbons and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's how she spends her night. Doing that and talking to people as they want to talk. Yeah.
I would imagine that as you're sitting down for a while, you'd notice one of those little scaly poofs just come up and just like plop, like curl up in your cloak. And then like
Aw.
8 more of them come and just, by the time you're ready to stand up, they are just everywhere.
They're adorable. It's unfortunate I'm so flammable, but they are adorable.
I think Azra is walking around the campsite and secretly spreading around sleeper spores, hiding them in people's bags, throwing some on the ground here. Just kind of wherever she can reach, she's sprinkling a little bit everywhere.
Not suspect at all. As we fight the tech gremlin and get Matt back, the evening sun would eventually set. The bonfire is lit, more for light than heat, of course. But whenever you're ready, there's a small team that's already prepared with ropes and with lanterns, ready to bring you to the mouth of the ruin. With everyone set and ready to go,
Yeah.
we'd start our descent. All of the crew members just kind of staggering, good 50 feet or so, all connected to this rope line just for safety. But as you're going down, they tell you that the little bit that they've uncovered has been absolutely invaluable. Just these odd markings that certainly weren't there before. Whatever happened in the veiled eclipse, whatever is down there, that magic is reacting with the veil. And it is causing just spirals of magic that seem to have just kind of exploded in random direction and leaving behind these charged crystals, just these odd ores that no one's ever seen or heard of. And that's just on the surface of what they found. Who's in the lead?
I think Aliara is more the most anxious to see what's been uncovered, so she will rush to the lead. So unless anyone attempts to take it, she will let herself lead.
I'll stay kind of in the middle because my face is in the map as we're mapping this out, just in case anything pops up.
I'll be in the back because I blacked out for a second and I have no idea what happened in the last couple of minutes.
We are descending down what's kind of like a staircase, but it's more like ruins that have been excavated, and basically they created this pathway that just spirals down.
Now, my talents are both religion and spirit. Would any of them help me determine what exactly these runes are, what they say, or where they came from?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Can I assist in that in any way? I have history and culture. as 2 of my talents.
Yeah, if you want to assist, then I don't even think you need to roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
You are both very clearly, especially together, seeing what used to be a sprawling workshop, a manufactorum of some kind. Constructs in this world are powered by ink drops. They're powered by ancient magics that give inanimate objects life. And it is no small feat in making a construct of any size. The ones that you typically see will be maybe 3-4 feet tall, doing very simple tasks. And even then, those typically only belong to people of enormous stature. Very, very important people. And this looks like a place where constructs were made.
I will excitedly relay all of this to Azura. Almost as though I'm continuing to teach her.
Oh.
Right. I hear you. I understand.
It's fascinating. There's not many of these places around.
Azura is obviously not sharing in the excitement and is just kind of eager to keep going.
You would reach the point where your guided tour would stop. They're at the end of their rope, and they really have no choice but to bid you good luck and start their way back up. You do have a map that, as you're descending, the ink has kind of shifted to be this more close, more, accurate version of the tunnels ahead of you. Probably a good 20 or so feet being mapped out as you're walking in just this zigzag, absolutely maze-like pattern. Eliar, are you still in the lead?
Yeah, if no one else is taking the lead, I will. I'll relent if someone else takes it, but otherwise I'm staying in the lead.
I mean, it makes sense for our caravan guards to go first.
First and last. Would you make an archive roll, please?
Great. That's my one in
Disadvantage.
archive. Disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Oh
I have
my
a
gosh.
1 in archive.
I believe in you.
There's
Double ones, come on.
You got this.
a 9 and a 10.
Yeah, I mean, you're still just kind of struck by how beautiful this place is, how well preserved these carvings in the wall are. You're even seeing rooms that still have the tools in them, that still have machinery. No clue what it does exactly, but you know the general purpose of everything here, and it is awe-inspiring that anything like this made it through the Veiled Eclipse. But the rest of you are following behind. I'm sure everything is fine. Anything, Eliara, that you'd like to do as you were leading?
Every once in a while, I'll reach out and just kind of graze my fingertips over over the runes, and mostly just kind of concreting that this is all real, and
real.
expressing her wonder at it all. I'll continue to try to decipher any runes as far as anything that's different than what we've seen so far, but otherwise I'll continue on.
Continue the descent. The map continues to show not only this corridor that you've been heading down, that winds almost serpentine deeper and deeper, but it's showing you nearby corridors, separated by just, at some points, barely a thin wall between you and these other pathways. Other times it completely just, intersects. If you were to get lost down here, it's very entirely possible that you would never escape.
But we have a magic map.
But you have a magic
I was gonna turn to Ada. Is the map? It's showing us Are we headed the right way?
Well, I can't see where we're going. I can just see where we are and where we've been.
Does it appear to be the right path?
It's the path we're on.
Yeah.
Suppose the
Looks
right
like the
path
right
is the path
path.
we're on.
Yeah.
Okay. She'll shrug and she'll continue onward.
At the very least, we should be able to find our way out. But new landscape. Do we want to place bets on what first creature we see again?
Oh, right.
Have any money?
I'll spot you
god.
some if you want it.
I can donate 5 of my inks for you if you would like to bet.
Yes, a god.
A god.
Let me see. I'm hesitant to give up more of my passage to the realm, but sure, I'll put in 3.
Great.
And I'll put in 5.
What do you
On
think
top
we'll
of-
see?
5. Eliara?
Shoot. I think this time it'll be something bat-like, scaly and flying.
I think we'll see a long torsoed spider-like creature, but with extra legs. And I don't know, it looks like a mix between a scorpion and a spider.
I think Ada kind of glances around because that is oddly specific.
As Adra just has one on the back of her hand.
We always see them in the weirdest places. I'm going to stick with Kaleidoscope Air. I'm going to put 3 on it. Alright, and keep following Eliara.
Ada, by this point, you have quite a bit of this map uncovered. Would you like to make an archive roll?
Please.
And I feel like you have enough talents associated with it to roll with advantage.
Awesome. I would love to make an archives roll at advantage.
9 to 10.
One of them was a 9. The other one's a 6.
Your archive's at least a 7, right?
8.
8, yeah. No problem.
Dang.
What I do?
There's just a point where it just clicks. Staring down at this map, your mind's just kind of piecing it together like a puzzle. Your pathway isn't necessarily a circle. But that combined with all the other pathways you've uncovered, and your mind just kind of fills in the blanks. And this entire tunnel system is all in a very circular pattern with a very clear center point.
This whole cave system, it's like the spokes of a wagon wheel, almost.
Oh.
It goes in a giant circle and there's something in the middle. Something I'm guessing important.
Like a bullseye.
Or a kaleidoscope bear den.
Oh.
We should make our way to the middle then.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Now that you have an idea of what's there, it's just as simple as kind of making a few turns, correcting course a few times, but otherwise making a straight shot. And the further we're getting, the less your lanterns are providing. The less light you have to physically follow. Even though the map is revealing the path ahead, it's getting to the point where you're holding the lantern like almost to the ground level to make sure you're not just about to fall into some endless pit or something.
Dang.
Eliar, since you're in the lead, is there anything you'd like to do?
I only know 2 spells, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
But since we are in a place of pure magic,
Uh-huh.
I would make both of our spellcasters a deal. I'll let you
Mhm.
cast a third spell, but you
Okay.
have no idea what it does.
Oh, snap!
I would like to attempt to cast a spell to create more light. The two spells that I have right now don't necessarily work for that. So I will take that
You're just
deal.
trying to tap into magic.
I am trying to
Anything that can tap into
commune with
light.
Catalyse. That's not her name. Catalyse, and I would like to just pray out to her to provide me light to see in this darkness.
Let's roll a d4. There's a 1, which is just noun and form. And we'll roll 2d8. That's not a d8, that's a d12. That's not a d8. Where's my d8? That's my d8. 57. 57 is... negotiation? No. I don't like that. We're going to re-roll it. 80.
As I'm doing this, as I'm saying this prayer, I would like to call out to her and request that she gives me light so I can see in the darkness. I want to bring a fingernail up to right beside my eye and press in and pierce the skin. So it makes a little cut that will allow like a trickle of blood to go down my cheek to symbolize how much I desire to see in this darkness.
Oh,
The
it's so
spell that
metal.
you just got was called Time Cascade.
Time Cascade. Okay.
And you're asking for a very minor effect, so we'll just roll 2d4. There's a 2
Okay.
and a 3, so that'll cost you 5 drops.
Oh,
But
jeez. Okay.
you are suddenly just gifted with the sight of an entirely different time from this exact place, where the halls are clear. There are tapestries hanging every 10 or so feet. You're getting a spectral view of figures walking down this hall. You can hear them talking and laughing. And of course, the torches that would otherwise be hanging, keeping this place illuminated, absolutely just emblazon the path in front of you.
I gasp in awe and I hold out my hands as an expression of wonder. And I like kind of like just twirl around a little bit, just taking in the sights. I, for some reason, will assume that everyone else can see what I'm seeing, and all of the movements I'm making are totally natural. As I just kind of begin to just kind of like almost in a dancing sort of way, stride my way forward into what I'm seeing.
For the rest of you, you would see your fearless leader just kind of spinning that lantern, just now kind of hanging by her side as Eliara just takes off into the darkness.
She been here before?
Looks like it.
I mean, she's our leader, so she must know where she's going.
Yeah.
We should follow.
Let's go.
Don't we have torches?
You do, but what would normally be like a good 30 feet of very clear light is reduced to maybe 5 feet, even with the brightest of torches.
As long as I can see the map, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
For everyone that's not Eliara, you are led deeper and deeper until you step out into what you can clearly feel is a very wide open room. It is pitch black, other than one single golden light. It sits probably a good 10 feet off the ground. Hard to make out what exactly it is, but it is glowing brightly. Whatever sphere it is, whatever it's made of, is very slowly just rotating on the spot.
Oh, that looks pretty.
For Eliara, you're seeing so many of these ghostly humanoid figures busily just running around this room, all working on something. Whatever this is, it is huge.
I'm weaving my way through the crowd, careful not to disturb anyone, trying to get a closer look at what it is that they're building.
Would any of you say that you're close enough to actually keep tabs on Eliara, who's just taken off into this room?
I'd say once we start like following, as LER is moving very quickly, Yoon would probably try his best to keep up, as deftly as he can, and probably stepping a little bit louder than he would otherwise, just to give a sound cue for anyone following.
Makes sense. Then yeah, I will say you were all barely able to keep pace, able to follow Eliara, as the one of you that can see in the past is watching this thing being built. And everything is so sped up that it is rapidly being constructed in front of your face. And the very last piece is this golden light that is hoisted up into the center of it and placed.
Can I make out what this construct is?
How much do you know about constructs or the study of constructs?
I feel like I've extensively studied like the elders, any sort of architecture that was left behind, or any machinery or architecture that was left behind. I feel like I studied that history pretty avidly to kind of understand or catch any glimpses of the monarch spirits intertwined in our history. So
I don't think it's a stretch to, one, tell you that this is indeed a golem. Two, this metallic figure that has been constructed in front of you is not only an ink-powered golem, but that is a core filled with pure elder ink. That core would set any or all of you up for the rest of your lives.
Who's closest to me at this moment?
I think
I think it's Yoon.
Yeah.
I gasp and I reach out and I grasp Yoon's arm and I say, "Isn't it beautiful?"
What?
What do you mean, what?
I don't know what's going on here.
It's core. It would have so much ink. There's so much we could do. There's so many ways that we can get closer. Don't you see?
No, but I'm with you.
Yoon, open your eyes.
I think they're open. I
Look
try
around.
to see.
I start shaking him.
Hey.
The three of you hear the sound of metal grinding against metal as some bits of rock just kind of tumble off and hit the ground, and there is something very large moving in the darkness.
That doesn't sound good.
No, Yoon, it's awake.
Is that a good thing?
No.
Okay. All right.
I swear, Yoon, are you blind?
You see where it is, right?
It's yes.
Okay.
Do you not?
Let's move away. Let's move away from it.
I'm gonna throw us into some initiative.
Okay.
I will warn you off the very get-go, the thing is dangerous.
Okay.
So, would anyone like to pull out a weapon?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if my friends seem like they're in danger, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my staff.
Okay. Then you can
I'll
roll
pull out
against
my
the speed of your
sword,
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can all roll against the speed of your weapon.
All right.
But I go first.
Automatically go first.
I got a 7, and my speed is a 7.
Beautiful.
Oof, I got
Four
an
under
8
8.
against a 6.
What was that, Yoon?
4 under 8.
So again, only Eliara is going last. Ada! Top of initiative is you.
Yeah, she kind of skids to a halt behind Yoon, pulling her crossbow up, squinting at it. I don't know if this counts as a creature. I think the bet's still on. And we'll fire the crossbow.
All right.
The only real thing you can see at the moment would be the core,
Fire at the core.
which is good enough. Yeah.
Giant glowing target. That's another 2 on damage.
It just
I rolled 1
shatters.
crit and then a bunch of 2s.
The bolt strikes true, but just shatters against. Bits of wood just kind of come bringing back down.
That's not good. Are we fighting? Are we running? What are we doing? He says as she backs up.
I
Yoon
think
and Azrael?
Eliara wants the stuff.
Yeah.
Ah,
That is an Elder Ink core.
Yeah.
Aliara wants it.
Yeah.
She's gonna try to get it.
Azure wants it too, but I will strike. I mean, how close are we to the core?
It's a good 8 feet up.
Oh, so I don't think my staff will do anything.
You could certainly start climbing.
Oh, snap.
You know what? May as well. We had one person fail at climbing. I can try it.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Let's go with. I feel like climbing falls under more strength than dexterity. Let's go with the body roll.
Okay. Oh no. I rolled a 2 and my body is 2.
Beautiful.
Oh.
And as this thing starts moving, like has to physically wrench its feet from the ground where it's kind of been fused to, and you have to just hang on desperately trying to climb up towards this core. But you were able to. You were able to at least get up where that gold light is right in front of you.
Nice.
Right. I think I want to reach out and try to grab it.
I will not make you roll, because as you're reaching out, it does get warmer and warmer, and then your hand just comes into contact with what would be glass.
At this point, can I try to break the glass with my staff?
Yeah.
Okay.
You-
And
Have to attack with one hand, so it'd only be a d4.
okay, 1d4. And that's a 4. Yeah.
That would be a crit, and that would ignore its armor.
Dang!
The staff just jams into the glass, immediately making it shatter.
Oh my
Or it's
gosh.
exposed. And that brings us to you.
Okay. So based like position wise, we were kind of in a line. and
Basically, I
then-
put you all like the same distance, yeah.
Okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to throw caution to the wind, as always. I'm gonna break off and run like at an angle so that I make some distance between myself and everyone else.
Sure.
And I'm going to like we were able to hear like this thing moving.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, I'm not gonna shoot at the core. I'm gonna shoot at what I would imagine to be its legs.
Go for it.
So I'm trying not to hit the core, and I'm pretty good at not hitting things. So, all right, here we go. Oh yeah, it'd be just the damage. So, okay, that'll be 3 damage.
There's a very loud and solid ding as it just ricochets off the leg armor.
Okay, I'd also like to spend one of my grit points to use my taunt ability and say, "Hey, haven't you heard of me? It's Yoon, rhymes with moon." And when I use this, all enemies will attack me this round.
Understood. Well, I do believe that it is the construct's turn. The entirety of this thing starts to glow, this golden light that just seeps out from all the armor plating, and you can very clearly see this massive metal figure. It is a bulk of metal. It is armor plate upon armor plate. There's no visible head, but constructs don't really need heads. It is going to reel back with one of its massive arms and just slam it down onto you.
All right.
This thing does 2d8 damage.
Okay. Bring it on.
What is with you and killing my best friends in every game?
I would say if it's a crit, it'll ignore your armor, but if it's a crit, I don't think armor matters at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, that is only 7 points of damage.
Okay. That'll
Minus your
that'll
armor.
Right. That'll take me down to 1. So, hey. It's okay. Is that
hits
all you
the
got?
ground, and its entire body just starts reverberating, just violently. Azura, I think you would technically be the closest to it. Whenever it makes an attack, it nominates the closest or one of the closest creatures if there's multiple, and you would take half as much damage. You would take 3 points of damage minus your armor.
Okay, and with my armor, how much is that worth? Is that on the...
What do you
like
have?
the AB on your character
Oh,
sheet.
right. Okay, so I'll take 2 damage.
That fist has just slammed into the ground. Not that any of you can see the point of impact. But you do know that you ran that way loudly.
Mm-hmm.
And Eliora, you were up.
I'd like to perform a spell. Let me know if none of this works, if I can't do this. I have
Sure.
a spell called Electrum Bond.
Mm-hmm.
What I'd like it to do is I slice my palm open onto on my sword and hold it out, and these tiny tendrils, almost strings of blood, begin to emerge from the wound and weave themselves into this thick cord, and it bonds itself to something that I want it to attach to, and then I can use that bond to pull it back. Kind of like Spider-Man, both blood.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I would like to attempt to slice my palm, perform the Electrum Bond, attach it to the core, and pull it back into my hand.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love that. Just the question of what level of proficiency. The moderate proficiency is just barely what is beyond what is possible without magic.
Okay.
I feel like that falls within the terrain of just barely being outside what is possible without magic. So roll for 3d6, please.
3d6, okay. A 5, a 1, and a 1.
Costs you 7 drops.
Okay. I only had 5, so I'll negative 2 HP
You take
that.
two damage,
Okay.
and those tendrils will connect through that broken glass. And I assume you want to start pulling.
Yeah.
Roll 2d6, please.
2d6.
Just gonna do straight up damage to this thing.
A 6 and a 5.
11. Oof.
Oh my gosh.
The entire thing starts to spark, and there's just jets of magic that just start streaming out in every direction. But for the moment, the core is remaining solid, if just barely.
Okay.
Ooh.
Top of the second round. Everyone, feel free to make your speed rolls if you're using a weapon. Use your weapon speed. If not, then it's just speed of 5.
Yes.
1.
Nice. I think you're muted.
I rolled a 4, and I was just going to do 5 for the speed roll.
Gotcha.
3 under 8.
Ooh. I think everybody succeeded.
Yes.
Well, then, our resident rogue, Ada, would you like to kick us off? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Before you do that, you brought it below half.
Hmm?
I need to
Oh,
roll.
that's probably not good.
Uh-oh.
That's 3. Adjective form. 35. Enveloping. 73. The enveloping swarm. I'm spending my villain point for this thing to just burst out
Oh,
into
no.
magic. It is going to... Its body just kind of starts disintegrating at points. These bits of metal break off and are vibrating at such a high frequency that it almost sounds like a swarm of insects buzzing around you. And the entire room just gets filled with this noise and these shards of metal. As everyone will take 5 points of damage minus your armor.
Oh no.
No.
Yoon, how you doing?
There's
Is
one thing I can do.
Okay.
Okay. I can use my last grit
Mm-hmm.
to attempt to reduce the damage by 1d6 and
Okay.
hope that I get at least 3.
Yes.
All right. That's a 4. Let's go.
Only take 1. Your armor will probably eat that up.
Sick.
How's everyone else doing?
I'm at 1.
And 2.
1.
You need to finish this thing and fast.
Yeah.
Ada, you are up first.
Fuck. Okay. When I got expertise from the curse, did that give me normal expertise or mastery expertise? Is it a check or is it any die?
I think we said any die.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm crossbow again. I'm going to try and crit fish this.
Nice.
Go for it.
Yeah, if I'm cursed, I might as well use it for good. Yeah, hearing that thing slam down and explode out into the swarms, there's a yelp from Ada. She calls out Yoon's name and then starts running in that direction and grabs her vial and just throws it towards Eliara. So that has 4 drops in it. If I can do that without using an action,
Absolutely.
I would like to give
Nice.
one of our
Absolutely.
spellcasters some drops because we're in a bad spot. I'm going to get as close if I can get to Yoon. I would like to stand over
That's
them.
a good point. You can't see you.
But I heard the
You did
crash.
hear the crash. No, you're super smart. You'd figure it out. Yeah, no problem.
Rush over, standing over them. Crossbow up. I will take a shot at the core.
Go for it.
First roll. I don't know what it is with twos and this crossbow, but I'm going to use my 1 expertise to
Mhm.
re-roll that.
Oh,
Good call.
snap.
I have rolled all 2s and a single 8 tonight for damage on this crossbow.
It's truly the crossbow that was cursed.
Yeah.
That's an 8. I will send you a picture if you want, but
Oh no.
Oh,
that is an 8. There's no middle ground on this crossbow.
yeah.
Since Elion, you do have this thing partially pulled out.
Mhm.
I am happy to say that that crossbow just strikes like the last remaining cord tethered to this core, and it just stops. That's a little unfortunate for one of you, who is currently on this construct, as the entire thing just leans forward and starts to fall. Azura, will you roll? I considered body, but I know body is a terrible score for you. Yeah, I mean, no, let's go agility. Let's hope that your agility is better.
Okay. That's gonna be a 5, and my agility is a 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Can
we
I?
should have a hero. We should have 1 hero point left, I think, because we had 2. We only used 1, right?
Yeah, one, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Can I roll that 1?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's gotta get a 1.
I got a 2.
Oh,
Can I help in a way? Like if we know the thing is plummeting down, okay, look, we're going back to the circus, baby. I'm gonna be calling out and be like, Azura, follow my voice and jump. And I'm thinking of like the trapeze artists and how they just kind of meet and like leap and catch each other. And so my intention is that if she jumps, that I might be able to like kind of collide, and then we fall at a lesser rate.
That will put you in harm's way if this roll fails.
I will give it a shot.
Ada will put out hands in like a foothold, like fingers interlaced,
Yes,
to give you kind of a boost up,
So,
if that's okay.
how about a body roll with advantage?
Okay.
Just got a hero point.
Oh, I will use that if I can.
Roll
yeah,
a third
we just got
time.
1.
I got a 1! I actually, look, Yoda, I got double 1s on that hero point. That is sick.
Almost the entire team sitting at 1 hit point.
Yes.
And you are just standing there, just trusting that Azura is about to fall in the right direction, and you're not just about to get crushed under however many tons of iron plating. And something does hit you, but it's lightweight, covered in, a cloak and fabric, and the two of you just go tumbling out of the way as that thing smashes to the ground. Eliar,
okay?
you have the core in your hand. It is glowing, it is vibrating in your hand, it is radiating magic. I have one last villain point,
Oh,
courtesy of Yoda.
No! Cast 1!
I'm gonna cast one more spell. We'll see what it is. It could be good for all we know. It is entirely up to the dice.
You get to interpret it. It's not going to be
You
good.
interpret the spell.
There's some names that there's no real doubt in what they do. That's a 4. That is form, adjective, noun. Form is 66.
Oh, okay.
which is the silhouette 68 of revealing 83. The silhouette of revealing terror.
It's going so well.
I do think you still have one hero point because Cass did just give you one, and I will
we
re-roll that
just
last
used that
one.
one.
But Jay also gave you one.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh.
Yes.
I will re-roll that last one.
Okay.
That is now 62. The silhouette of revealing plant.
Oh.
Okay.
Better
The
than terror.
entirety of this structure starts shaking. With the force of that core being ejected, with the force of this guardian trying to fight you all off, this room is starting to crack. But that orb pulses out one last time, and you can feel other movement underneath you. Roots that start just branching out, grabbing onto the walls, grabbing onto pillars, holding them steady. Even though you can hear the path behind you collapsing, the roots keep this room solid. And when everything stops shaking, the plants start this luminescent glow. And for the first time, the rest of you can see this room. This immense workshop full of tools and machinery and skeletal remains everywhere. But all of it's intact. And that luminescent vine glow shows you that there is one path out of here.
I
Is
go
everyone
grab
still alive?
Azura's hand and clasp it and begin to head towards the path.
I'm helping Yoon up as well. Still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, just barely. Let's go.
It's one thing I'm proud at being bad at. Is dying.
Yeah.
You follow the path deeper. And at this point, if you would stare down at your map, you'd see that even your enchanted cartography map has no clue where you are. But we descend deeper and deeper and deeper. It is hard to tell even how long you've been walking. But you start to hear the sound of water, dripping at first, and then very lightly flowing, and then a very solid stream that is just echoing up this tunnel. At this point, is there anything you'd all do, or are we just pressing on?
Should we heal? I think we have 2 uses left in our healing kit.
Yeah.
Perhaps
I
that
know
would be
we all
best.
need it.
Yeah.
I will make you roll. You can just choose 2 people to heal 1d6 plus 2.
I mean, I'm at 2 hit points, but I feel like I am not the worse off by even half the party.
Okay.
You know, you've patched me up already. Why don't you give it to our wonderful bodyguards?
That's true. They can keep us safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll patch them up. So it's 1d6, right? Plus
1d6 plus 2.
2? Okay, the first one going to Eliara. I apologize. That's 3 total.
Look, that's fine. It's better than what I am at. So
The second one going to Azra. That's much better. That's 7.
Nice.
Clearly, we know the favorite.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I gave Eliara all of my drops,
Yeah.
so
That's true. But as you take a few moments to catch your breath, to tend to some of the more grievous wounds, you can all eventually hear chanting. This just deep, rhythmic, almost earthy chant. It sounds less human and more just like the physical cave around you is just creating the sound.
I don't think we've found singing caves before.
Having talents in religion and spirit, can I make out what they're saying?
Make a master. No, let's make a spirit roll. That
Spirit?
makes more
Okay.
sense.
Oh.
With advantage.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, 2 for my 7, so pass.
Absolutely. The chanting itself doesn't really mean a whole lot, but it definitely sounds deific. It sounds like it's worshiping something.
Okay. But I can't tell what it's worshiping.
Whatever language this is, it is gibberish.
Liara is curious. She's going to start going towards chanting.
But as you were continuing to climb, eventually just kind of forcing your way through cracks in the earth, at some points it is very tight, but you are squeezing through to come out the other side and see an enormous spherical structure. There are these stone pillars that just rise up in this curved pattern, almost meeting at the top, but not quite. And thousands of humanoid figures, all completely translucent, all gray and colorless and lifeless. They are all just existing. They're floating past and through each other. None of them seem to, if they noticed you, care that you're there.
I turn to Yoon. Are you seeing this finally?
Do I see the
Oh, yeah.
figures?
This entire structure, these curved like sandstone pillars, all glow bright.
Yeah. Um, this is incredible.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. What a crowd. With the acoustics in here, the applause would be tremendous.
That chanting that at this point is becoming deafeningly loud stops. And all these thousands of spirits all just stop their gliding. And if a ghost could turn its head, would all just turn to look at you.
I start backing away slowly.
Okay, that's a little creepy.
They
Maybe
don't
we should
move.
go.
None of them make any motion to come towards you.
I think Yoon is gonna step forward. If there's any place where he could step just a little bit taller, and he would want to address the crowd.
A captive audience.
Hello. And I imagine it's just kind of echoing through. Is there any sign of like that they heard me?
If there is, they didn't make any motion.
Okay. Gotta earn it. Well, hello everybody. My name is Yoon, rhymes with moon. It's nice to meet y'all. Are you here for a show? All right. I'm gonna throw a knife.
Toss a knife.
Is there like just some spot, like not at the spectral figures, but maybe a spot where something's kind of sticking out where I might be able to be like, okay, that would be impressive to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it towards this big structure. It's one of these pillars that's just got like a sconce jutting out, and the knife soars to it and through it and disappears.
And then I'll look to everyone, like the spectral audience.
Nothing.
Uh,
Your knife is gone.
yeah. I've got 2 more, but that was the special one. Tough crowd. Okay.
It's
I'm gonna go back to the group, just dejected.
I would even give you that it's almost like an illusory wall.
Oh. Oh. Hey, do y'all trust me?
Absolutely, no question.
Yeah.
Why are you thinking about cutting your bangs again?
No, here's what I was thinking, and I'll I'll grab Ada by the hand and I'll start running towards that pillar, that wall.
I'm running with no questions.
I'll follow.
I guess since you saved my life, I'm coming too.
Everyone just takes off, running through these ghostly figures, eventually hitting what should be just solid stone pillars, but walking right through. Coming out to the other side, stand there amidst thousands of workers who will just stare at you. You're all seeing this, right? Those things
Yeah.
just became, and like some of them just start reaching for weapons. Others have turned to sprint back up the tunnel. It's an identical room, just everything is new. There's mining equipment. These pillars are only half built. There are constructs just busily just hauling stone up and out of the tunnel.
We're not dangerous. Please don't draw your weapons.
Where'd you come
Yeah.
from?
Um we were in caves. We went through a labyrinth. I got hit. I'm still hurt. So I'm not going to be able to do anything to you. There's thousands of you. That's 1,000 times more than the HP I have.
None of us will harm you. Where are we?
Mean, where are you? You're an Orn.
What?
Go get the lady. And some of them just run off. Their attire, especially for our archivist, but anyone that has studied history, would be that of people that existed before the very first veiled eclipse.
I'll kind of lean over towards you. And I think there might be something wrong with time. That, or they're all LARPers. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, it looks their costuming is spectacular.
This,
Um,
this is
okay.
impossible.
After a few moments, you'd hear footsteps coming back down the tunnel. One tall figure, very elegant, very beautiful, elven-like features, kind of comes strolling down the tunnel. Oh, there you are. Please, do join me upstairs.
I'm gonna deep bow again.
Lady Ravensong, or a descendant of Lady Ravensong, stands there, smiles at you, and just beckons for you to follow.
Liara will follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
as well.
As the camera pans up, you're all escorted up these tunnels, the same tunnels that you just sprinted your way down. You would see a mountain of a figure, a construct clad in pure bronze and gold, just missing a core, currently
Oh,
being
not again.
constructed. I'm sure you have
We-
questions.
Many.
Always.
Yes.
I wouldn't have sent you back if I didn't think that you were capable. My kingdom is yours. Rest, still. If you'd like to go home, then I need something from you. Until then, enjoy the luxurious life. And she will turn and leave you to the hordes of servants and staff that will cater to your every whim.
One question, lady.
Yes.
Are you a god?
Yes, that depends on your definition. I'm immortal.
Okay. That's a good start.
There are those that have worshipped me. By that definition, I suppose.
All right, pay up.
Wait, but you sent us back, but you're here. Did you also come back, or did you know you were going to because...
I knew I would send someone eventually.
Is it
Oh.
possible for me to use the Veil of Whispers again to see what she's thinking?
Yeah, she's happy. She is certainly plotting, and whatever it is that she wants from you is probably not good for you. But as you are all kind of taken away to your private chambers where you are pampered, where you are given beautiful attires, where you are fed and left to bathe and to enjoy the lap of luxury, that unfortunately is I will have to bring this game to a close. As you are now trapped a few thousand years in the past. Who knows? Andrew might like setting things up for sequels in case that
Oh,
ever
snap.
happens.
Hell
But-
yeah.
I do want to say thank you to everyone that came out to support us and watch our stream. We love you so much. We could do this without you, but it wouldn't be nearly as fun. But it is getting late, so I do want to go around, have everyone tell you who they are, where you can find them on the internet, and then we will send you all off. Go the same order we did intros, so first up is Anna.
That is me, yes. Hi, I am Anna. I was Ada tonight. I am wondering whether or not the archives per diem counts in the past. We'll have to see whether or not that's the case. But yeah, I am a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dustbun and most other social media, including Instagram and Blue Sky at Archival Dustbunny. As far as where to find me, remember where we are in the month. Tomorrow night, we are back with Fatal Ascension, our fabulous Ultima campaign, right here on Lost Caravan. It is so much fun. Who has tried multiple times to kill my best friend there as well. So much trauma. Putting all of my family and friends in danger. It's great. I'm having a swell time. I play Cadence, the Time Assassin. Lots of fun. The True Glass Cannon. Sunday, you can find me over on Thorny Dryad's channel with the return of Euphorus Inheritance, our Masks actual play. We have a wonderful set of cast and characters over there, including our current special guest, Danny Bitterthorn, with an absolutely wonderful himbo of a character. And I play protege with far too much responsibility on her shoulders. So if you enjoy teen superhero drama, trauma, and romance, check it out. Monday night on the GR Crew, you can find me playing in our brand new Blue Rose long-term campaign with my my not at all traumatized, definitely not a pirate, definitely legit sailor adept. We're having lots of fun. We're only one episode in, so catch the video on demand over the weekend to be up to date for that. It's really a fun time. Tuesday nights, I will have a game coming up very soon in the next week or two on Girls Run These Worlds. I don't think we can talk about it just yet, but keep an eye on social media for that. Our Lancer game, A Ballad of the Seven Dice, will be resuming soon, so keep an eye out for that as well. If you want more Lancer, find Response Team Omnicron anywhere you normally get your podcast. We were just selected for the New Zealand Film Fest, which is really exciting. So
cool.
Check that out, see what all the fuss is about. It follows a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We have giant mechs, sci-fi war story. It's a lot of fun. We've been described as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. So if any of that sounds interesting, find us wherever you get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron. If you like Digimon, check out Emergent Code. It is our Animon Story actual play podcast, taking cues from Digimon Tamers and Survive. And if you like magical girls and stories of trauma and finding hope again after very costly victories and loss, check out Bloom and Blight, our Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Bloom and Blight. We have an amazing cast for that. Episode 4 just came out. Episode 5 is coming out this next Thursday. Then we have some very special extra content that is coming out right after that as well. It's a great time to jump in. Our episodes are short. They're 40 to 60 minutes apiece, so very easy to jump in and get all of your queer and trans magical girl goodness.
Yeah.
Lots of other stuff coming up. Keep an eye on social media to see where and when. But I'm going to stop talking.
I should know better than to ever put Anna first.
I'm sorry.
I played one game of Blue Rose, and I was a big dumb bear friend, and I loved him so much.
Aww.
It's such a good system.
But over to Jay.
Hi, I don't know how to follow that up, but I'm Jay or Janessa. I'm on social as Pineapple, PNAPL. And tonight I played Azura. And next I will be playing another Cthulhu with Turk later on this month. Other than that, I'll just be hanging out in Twitch chat. So see you there.
Heck yeah. Over to Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt. I played Yoon tonight, rhymes with moon. You can find me everywhere as improv and RPG. I'm going to be running the continuation of my version of Murder on the Orient Express in the Flabbergasted system tomorrow. It's getting pretty wild. And of course, at the end, I believe at the end of the month, we'll be back here with some more Avatar Legends. So I'm super pumped for that.
We left on such a cliffhanger for like a month break.
Right? Absolutely. I'm so pumped. But thank y'all so much for having me. It's been a delight.
Yeah. And over to Daniela.
I'm Daniela. Daniela, Daenela, everywhere on the internet. Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, all of the new ones. And you can find me back here on Lost Caravan on Monday the 18th for part 3 of our Lancer Dustgrave campaign.
I love that game. If you haven't played the Dustgrave module, play it. It's so good. The NPCs are so good. But that just leaves me. I'm here all the time. I don't do anything else. I don't have a life. I do TTRPGs literally for a living, and it's crazy, and the world is weird, and time is a weird soup. What is life? Anyways, if you want to come hang out with us, you can join our Discord. Link is down below that big old button that says Discord. It is where we post things like schedules, casting calls, and just generally be big giant nerds. That is all that I have. And throw right over to our friends at Magi RPG, who are playing Ravenloft. Ooh, it's a setting that I haven't seen in forever. But yeah, go send them some love. They're a bunch of really cool nerds. And yes, that's it. As always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.